that an ant on the wall behind you?
Yep.
Smush it.
Okay. Bye.
Better not be getting ants in here. This episode of Reel Garbage is brought to you by LSD.
This episode is also brought to you by bartending, specifically making picklebacks. You'll take them how I make them!
Yeah, dick.
This is Reel Garbage.
Well,
Hello.
hi. Katie was just ranting about her evening at the local pub here in Brentwood Bay.
Watering
A
hole.
local watering hole, which it seems like has been getting busier and busier. The new ownership is doing it right.
Yep, it's so good.
Every time I'm in there, even on the weekends here in like the afternoon, I just went for a double Caesar. It was fantastic. And she made it in a, I hate it because you always make mine in a pint glass.
Yeah.
It's like you're supposed to. And Julie made mine in a sleeve. A double. So it was like a lot of vodka, not a lot of Clamato. I was like, all right, fine. I'll drink it like this then. If I have to. She already made it halfway. I'm like, no.
No, Julie, no.
Pint glass. Still good, though. How's your week going?
Good. I got through my last 2 shifts yesterday before I leave on my vacation for tomorrow.
To Vegas!
Vegas! Viva!
Are you gonna yell Vegas, baby, like every tourist does when you get there?
I don't know. Maybe.
You should just do it on the plane. Just start yelling.
And then get detained.
Yeah. Oh, we have to arrest you.
Yeah.
You can't scream. It's a rule. You can't scream Vegas,
Yeah.
baby, on an airplane.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't be a douchebag.
Damn it. Thought we could.
I keep telling Brandon keeps making jokes about like he's gonna do cringy things on the plane because he's never been on one before, and I'm like, do whatever you want. Just don't be that white person that claps when the plane lands.
Fuck
If
those
you
people.
do, I told him this morning, I'm like, if you do that, I'm going to find a way to plant cocaine on you so you get detained and sent home.
Did you hear about, I just heard this on the radio the other day, that 3 Safeway stores in the States, 3 different states, found around 50 pounds of cocaine in banana shipments.
Whoa.
Yeah, one was like 51 pounds, almost 49 pounds, and the other one was an undisclosed amount. The workers in the back found it. Now, I don't know about you, but if I were just moving bananas and all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, there's probably about 51 pounds of cocaine here, I'd be looking at everybody going, I think there's only like 48 pounds though, right? Right? Wink, wink. Hey, police, we found 46 pounds of cocaine here.
And even 45.
The surveillance tapes have mysteriously gone missing, but hey, just take those. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. That's a lot of cocaine. I had this theory years ago, because you've had Tim Hortons coffee, right? Mm-hmm. For our American listeners, you probably think that Tim Hortons is synonymous with Canadians, and it used to be.
America owns Tim Hortons now, and the Hudson's Bay Company, FYI.
Well, shit. Nobody shops at the Bay anyway. I do for Bay sales, though.
Ooh,
Bay days.
Remember when you got those jeans?
Those jeans.
Those jeans.
Is it jeans or jeans? Is it a hard S or a soft S?
Jean.
This is something I started doing when I was high once. Is it jeans or jeans? I'm not sure.
Jeans.
But yeah, I always case. I had this theory that because Tim Hortons coffee is awful, it's worse than Starbucks. It's garbage. It's always tastes burnt.
That's why I always get iced coffee. You can't.
I just don't go to Timmy's anyway.
Fair.
But back when I used to drink it, back in like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, you can't stop drinking it. It's addictive. Mm-hmm. So I thought that I had this theory that Tim Hortons was just a big drug front for a cocaine ring from Mexico. So the beans are coming up from Mexico, but they're shipping copious amounts of cocaine with it, and they're just putting a little bit of cocaine in each cup of coffee, which is why I'm like, God, this coffee is terrible, but I just want another cup. Give me more of that horrible shit. It's garbage. It's probably not true, but if down the road, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
If down the road they discover that Tim Hortons has been like shipping cocaine all over the world, I'm going to be like, fuck yeah.
I told you.
I knew it.
Oh my God.
Because it's so bad. It's so gross. I ate my first cucumber out of my garden today.
How was it?
It was delicious.
Juicy?
It was about, I don't know, like 12 inches long.
Oh, wow.
Probably that big around. Yeah. And
Damn.
I got about probably 80 tomatoes. But, so they are grape tomatoes. I'm an idiot. I have a hanging grape tomato plant, but I also planted a tomato plant that I thought was beefsteak tomatoes. They're starting to ripen and there's little time. I'm like, motherfucker. I wanted to make salsa with them. You know how long it's going to take me to dice and skin 80-some little tiny tomatoes?
Grape tomato.
I'm so fucking choked.
Oh.
My snow peas are edible, though. That's awesome. Just pull them right off the vine.
Yeah.
It's really good. And
Living
then
off the
I'm really
land.
choked, though. I asked my landlord to trim this tree outside. And he's like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
we can look into
yeah.
it for you. 2 months. 2 months till they chop it. I'm like, wow, that's the growing season over. Thanks, dicks.
Yeah.
Now I'm not getting any sun on one half of my garden, so I got to move the whole thing over. Once the winter hits, I got to pull everything out, shuffle the dirt over, slide the boxes over towards the fence, and hope that next year they get enough sun. I think I might just fucking chop the limbs off this tree on my own. I mean, I'm not going to. No. I think someone might mysteriously do it.
Yeah, it might be a mysterious act of vandalism.
I'm just gonna wake up in the morning and there's gonna be tree limbs all over the parking lot. I don't know what happened, but hey, look, the sun's hitting my garden.
Yeah. Just have one of the limbs like break your patio furniture or one of the pieces so that way you're like, would I do this?
Did I do that? Well, what I thought was I could just yank one of the limbs down and break it and then say, this is a hazard now. This is dangerous. You guys have to get rid of it. Yeah, this is dangerous. I can't walk underneath that because if I get hurt, it's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's rude.
That's rude.
What else? I'm watching Avengers for the second time. Endgame.
Endgame?
It was good. A little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I
Bit of a
still
stretch.
rewatch, like, I haven't rewatched it, but still, I still think Infinity War was better.
I've watched that movie 6 or 7 times. I hate that I do it. I have a really guilty pleasure of when I'm at home, say I'm baked or something, I'm like, I don't know what to watch. I'll just watch a Marvel movie. I'm terrible for it. I've probably watched Thor Ragnarok 5 times. I've watched they don't have Iron Man 1.
I know.
When's the Disney streaming channel starting? September?
No, November. Well, it starts in September, but Canada's getting it in November, December. Get this.
Why do we always get everything late?
I don't know.
It's not fair.
Because they're like, fuck y'all.
You're up there, freeze your balls off. You're not watching Disney.
So Disney Plus is going to have every single Disney movie ever made.
Wow.
They're taking everything out of the vault. Every single Pixar movie ever made. Same with Marvel, same with Star Wars and like National Geographic. And the streaming service for Canada is going to be $8.99 a month. Cheaper than fucking Netflix.
That's really cheap, actually. Yeah. I might do that. I'll probably get it.
I'm going to do it 100%. I would watch the shit out
Just give me
of
your
that.
login then.
Yeah.
$9 a month. You can have my Netflix. Give me your Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What was I going to say? I think we might have talked about this last episode. I tried to watch the new Aladdin. I couldn't do it.
Oh.
It was horrible. I got 10 minutes into it. It was like, ugh. I got to the second song because I watched Will Smith sing. I was like, ugh, this is hard to watch.
His like rap singing.
It's off-putting.
Yeah.
And then it got to the song that Aladdin was singing.
Oh, where he's like, one jump ahead of the bread.
Yeah, I was like, no, this is... And he was too tanned looking. It looked odd. He didn't look natural. Looked like a weird... I don't know who the actor was. It just looked weird.
Maybe they tanned.
I'm not racist. It's just he looked weird. Didn't look enough like the real Aladdin. It looked like he had too much eyeshadow on or eyeliner or something. It was like, what the fuck is up with his makeup? And then, I got into that song and I was like, I was expecting it to be a non-musical Aladdin. I don't know why. I didn't realize it was an exact replica of the original, which I think is just silly.
I know. Like, stop.
Just make different movies. They remade Men in Black.
I know, and it failed.
We should review that someday.
We should.
Look, I just saw the picture of it. It has that girl from
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I like her. I don't know who her counterpart is, though.
That's
I didn't look into
Thor, the god of thunder from Thor Ragnarok?
Men in Black?
Yeah.
It's Hemsworth?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. So wait.
I've watched Thor Ragnarok 5 times.
Well, I didn't see I just saw I opened my Apple TV and I see a picture of Men in Black and they're wearing sunglasses and I'm not like looking at my TV going, who is that? Because I don't care because I don't want to watch it because they're just remaking everything now. It's stupid.
Know.
I haven't seen the new Lion King.
I haven't either.
But I heard that Beyonce did like a whole album for it.
Yeah.
So it's all new music.
There's still the old songs that were really good, but there is a whole arsenal of new songs. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I have no desire to watch it. There's anything in theaters coming up. It Part 2.
Yeah.
It's coming up
Next
soon.
month.
I gotta go see that. I have to go see that. I loved that movie as a kid.
It was the first one was so good.
There's a bunch of new stuff coming out in September. September 20th, new season of Disenchantment comes out.
I know. I heard that on the radio.
That show is so good. I've rewatched the first season probably twice.
Oh.
It's so good.
I think I'll rewatch it before it comes out.
I saw the preview for The Mandalorian today.
Same!
I
watched it before I came over.
It looks really cool.
It looks like a cross between Star Wars and the Terminator.
And it's a series? I thought it was a movie. And my buddy sent me a link today. I'm like, oh, series begins. What?
They were planning on having like a Boba Fett movie, but then they canned it.
Yeah, because it's like, this is 5 years after the last Jedi, like the last Star Wars movie, like the one that's coming out soon.
I think so.
Because, I think my buddy said it was set 5 years ahead in the future. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not sorry.
Or
I don't care.
there's also they're making you know how Disney's been doing like Maleficent and like
What's that the story of? Snow White?
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
So they're doing a Cruella de Vil origin movie, and Emma Stone is Cruella de Vil.
Really?
And the first concept photos came out because it was released on D23, like the Disney convention. She looks really good.
Really?
I'm excited.
I like Emma Stone. She's pretty sweet.
I just recently rewatched The House Bunny. Fuck.
Is she in that?
Yeah, she's the really like lead nerd girl.
Yeah. What's the main actress's name?
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
Yeah.
She was in all those scary movies.
Which?
So was Marlon Wayans.
Yep.
Which is the stars
Yeah.
of the movie that we're talking about today. Sextuplets on Netflix.
What a good time.
We're getting pretty good at this.
That was
we've been talking for 5 minutes. I'm like, how are we going to tie this into this movie? I'm like, I don't have 5 brothers or sisters. I only have 2. House Bunny worked. So this movie, I just saw this pop up on Netflix the other day.
Yeah, it literally just got launched on the 16th.
Yeah, I didn't look at the year. It was made
This year.
Okay, so it's 2019. 4.4 out of 10
Like
on IMDb.
a week ago.
20% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the viewers haven't even given it a score, but I'm pretty sure it's low.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the viewers not giving it a score is them giving it a score.
They're like, I'm just not even going to rate it because it sucks.
Yeah.
It was, so you think back, you've seen like the Nutty Professor. I haven't watched any of the Tyler Perry movies.
I haven't either, but this is literally like the Nutty Professor and every single Tyler Perry movie, and Norbit. Norbit was the other
Still
Eddie.
feel like dancing, Norbit? Well, we were discussing this earlier. This movie didn't need to have Marlon Wayans playing all the characters. I'm sure he wanted to.
Yeah.
And really, if you think about it, they only had to pay one actor to play all those roles.
Yeah.
But he's got like an extended family.
Yeah, he has like 5 or 6 brothers anyway. Like if you think of the movie White Chicks that he did with his brother Sean Wayans, they look very much alike. So
They could have got Damon Wayans in there. Like,
Yep.
He doesn't look, I guess, they're not all the same age.
no.
So, but they could have used prosthetics and makeup and stuff to make them
Yeah.
look 30, whatever they were, 37.
Yeah, and the biggest issue that I had, and I brought this up before we started talking about it, is this movie is about, the main character, Marlon Wayans, Alan, finding out he has 5 siblings, but they're sextuplets. And the siblings are like 5 of them are guys and 1 of them's a girl. You cannot have 6 identical twin sextuplets and have 1 be a different gender. That's not how science works.
Yeah, you were explaining this to me earlier.
Yeah, when identical twins happen, it's like a monozygote. The zygote's the 1 egg, and it gets split in half, and that's why they're the same gender. And that's why they're identical, because it's the same egg and genetic makeup being split into 2. Whereas fraternal friends, fraternal twins is a bizygote, and it's when 2 eggs get dropped and fertilized at the same time. And identical twins are always the same gender, and fraternal twins can either be the same gender or separate genders. But, if they're going to go this route of fuck science, we're going to be all identical and have a twin sister and the rest of us brothers, you absolutely could have had Marlon Wayans and his siblings have
Yeah.
this. Because if, like...
Is there a sister Wayans?
No.
Oh.
But that, Sean and Marlon dressed up as chicks and white chicks, so...
Whiteface.
Yeah.
One of these brothers was Whiteface.
Yeah.
With his red hair and super ginger jeans.
Yeah, Jasper.
Jasper. Well, okay, all right. Let's just get into this piece of shit. So we start off. Okay, well, first of all, did you ever watch any of the old, you ever watch, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood? Mm-mm. That was the original spoof movie. That was Marlon Wayans.
Oh.
That was like a Wayans production, and they were spoofing Boys in the Hood and Don't Be a Menace to South Central. Or just Don't Be a Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Be a Menace, Boys in the Hood, and a couple other old black movies from the 90s. And I think it was, or 80s and 90s, because it was made in 96 or 97. It's classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's classic. You got to check it out. It's pretty good. It's ridiculous now. You watch it and you're like, okay.
But that's the OG spoof movie.
OG spoof movie before Scary. Well, I can't say OG because Naked Gun was out before that.
Oh, yeah.
And National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, which is a fantastic movie. Naked Gun, what else was there? The Airplane. So it was back in the 80s, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
there were a few before that. So I can't say it was the original, but it was one of the pioneer spoof movies that helped keep the ball rolling for all the other spoof movies. Sort of opened the door for other movies.
Yeah.
But we start off, so...
So
what does
okay.
we never find out what he does for work.
No, he just works in an office and he has a really weird boss.
Molly Shannon.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her do a lot. Nothing since Talladega Nights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's the cars. But yeah, we never find out what he does. So he has a nice house, a big ass house, marble countertops, huge backyard.
We know what his wife does.
What does she
She's
do?
a lawyer. Oh, yeah. And her father's a judge.
And apparently she has a direct phone line to the Pentagon. We find out later. Yeah, Jasper's like, oh, your wife called the Pentagon 7 times trying to track me down. I'm like, how the fuck do you just pick up the phone and go, Siri, call the Pentagon for me, please? So she must have some far reach into the American government or something. Maybe her judge dad was like, I'll help you out. Don't worry, I got the phone number.
Yeah.
I don't think judges have direct lines to the Pentagon either.
No.
That seemed a little odd, but I'm getting way ahead of myself.
So, okay, honestly, when I first started watching this movie and it opened up, I thought it had good pacing to start. They started out right at the birthing checkup and they immediately got to the whole plot of the movie. They were like, I don't have medical history, I was adopted, I don't have family. So I really liked that and I was like, okay, thanks for cutting to the chase. Immediately,
they didn't fuck around.
No, immediately we got what we needed. They were an affluent couple. She's pregnant. You could tell that he is either afraid of his boss or uncomfortable with his boss because she's like, you need to talk to her today and get off paternity leave.
Which the Molly Shannon was like, oh, paternity leave. It's it's 2019.
I know.
I think paternity leave happens more than we think, more than we know.
And here's speaking of that specifically, this movie was kind of it was trying to be, in some stances, very forward and progressive. It's 2019. Fuck yeah, we're going to have an all-black cast and, this woman is going to be a lawyer, top of her class. They're going to show, a really positive side because usually, people of color are typecast almost always. And then... they're talking about, you're going to take off paternity leave. And then it's right back to paternity leave. Oh, what? Just back to regressive thoughts.
But maybe that's how Molly Shannon got to where she is by old school way of thinking. Because she is the top dog at that, whatever that company is.
Yeah, true. Yeah, whatever that company is. We never know.
They make socks.
Yeah, they're pitching something or cards.
Yeah. So maybe they're Hallmark or something.
Yeah.
There's a Mother's Day pitch somewhere down the road.
Yeah, some shit.
What are you talking about? So he says that I've done all the DNA tests and I can't get anything. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that DNA testing gives you a fair record of what you're lineage is.
Oh yeah, like
He goes, I'm
23andMe.
I'm 1/23 Irish, but I haven't found out anything else. I'm like, how did you not find out anything else?
Yeah,
I want to do one. Apparently, like
I do too.
My brother said we had like Viking genes or some sort of like Scandinavian genes or something. I'm like, huh?
Ooh,
He's like, yeah,
I
you gotta
see
do
it.
Totally, it's the jawline
Yeah,
and my giant beard.
yeah.
I haven't shaved in. I'm coming up on 3 weeks. Can you believe that?
Whoa.
3 weeks. There's like nothing. This is why I shaved my mustache off. I was like, fuck. This is going to take me months to grow back. And it is. Like, but it's nice. I save a lot of money on razors.
Yeah.
I hate shaving. It sucks. I feel bad for people that have to shave every day.
I know.
So they throw a barbecue. See, I don't know. Okay, so this is the baby shower? Is that what it is? Because all the gifts and stuff are there.
Yeah.
And his work buddy brings his like Russian mail order bride or something.
Yeah.
She starts stealing.
Yeah, and we
gifts.
never see anything about that ever again. It's just like a quick, cheap, like, haha.
Oh, she's stealing again. I'm like, okay, why would you steal?
Why would you bring her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you steal shit at a baby shower?
And then
It's pretty bold.
yeah, and then the cringy like commentary of this guy's like Marlon's white friend or coworker trying to like quote speak black and being
These
like
mommy moses are off the chain.
yeah off
no.
the hook
These
like
mommy moses are on fleek.
yeah
The fuck does that even mean?
like just like
like you're young.
stop.
What does fleek mean?
okay
What is on fleek?
Fleek in my experience is like on point, sharp,
Okay.
to the nines. The first time I ever heard it, I think when it originated, people would be like eyebrows on fleek, this on fleek, because like big, bold, sharp brows are a thing. So on fleek just basically means like you're on point, 10.
Okay.
You're a dime.
Sure. Lit. No, not lit.
No.
Lit's like drunk, right?
Yeah.
Drunk or high or something.
Yeah,
If you're
lit
having a
is
good time.
just yeah.
I'm lit, bro.
Lit.
Fuck, I hate. I've never actually heard anyone in real life say lit.
Oh, I have a lot.
I've heard people say, I hate the radio DJs that say fam.
Oh,
Shut the fuck. When is it going to change? When's it going to stop?
know.
It has to stop eventually. People have to stop saying fam. I
yeah.
don't think anybody says bay anymore.
No.
No, it's finally gone. The way
Yeah.
of the dinosaurs. Oh, shit. I was going to say something. Crap. I forgot. Totally forgot. It was something about somebody being a creationist and not a evolution person.
Ooh.
Oh, crap. It doesn't matter. Oh, God. This dad's a dick. Her
Yeah,
dad's a
her
dick.
judge dad. And that's another thing. I don't understand the classic, like, you're not good enough for my daughter trope. I'm going to hate you. I would not be with someone, no matter how much I loved them, if their family treated me like shit.
Well, he says you're not worthy because you don't have a family.
Yeah.
That's one of the meanest things ever. Oh, you don't have a family? You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have a family? You're not bringing much to the table. Like,
you were adopted, you scumbag.
yeah,
Fucking die.
That's so regressive.
Yeah. Well, it is. Who judges people based on their family?
Yeah, like
Everybody's
you can't
family's
choose that.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you judge me based on my family. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Your beard isn't any
it's-
better.
I know. Yeah, like this whole movie was like two types of thinking butting heads, like progressive and then no, but we still have to be funny. We still have to we still have to be funny. Oh, we'll just throw in this stereotype, just throw in this classic trope that was quote okay in the early 2000s, but
Well, there's a lot of lack of common sense in this movie in a lot of parts too,
yeah.
which we will touch on for sure.
So he gets a favor from
I need you to do me a favor.
his wife's
Not so hard. The judge.
from his wife's judge dad to unseal his adoption records.
And he gets it in like half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did it go? Okay, so he's at the baby shower. So the judge made a call and somebody delivered this
Yeah,
paperwork.
and he's like, I need these records. Stop.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, she's opening presents. Opening presents by herself. Like, what, don't you open gifts that people bring you at a baby
There-
shower
yeah.
in front of everybody?
Yeah.
And he's staring at the paperwork.
I
He's
know.
been wanting it for his whole life.
I
He's
know.
staring at it going like, oh, I don't want to open it. I'm like, just fucking open it.
Yeah, you
This
have
is what
it.
you wanted. She's like, just fucking open it.
Yeah. She's
And then
like,
he does.
and then he finds out he gets an address for his mom. And
Lynette.
Yeah, Lynette Spellman.
Spillman.
So
Very,
then,
very black name.
so then he goes to her place, and that's where he meets his first brother, Russell.
We were saying that the prosthetics and makeup were pretty good.
Yeah, those like marks or moles,
Beauty marks.
Yeah, his beauty marks. They looked so real, and like the prosthetics, you couldn't see where Marlon Wayans' face ended and the prosthetics began, and the bodysuit was like it looked good. It didn't look like lumpy. And
The thing that impressed me the most was the advances that we've made in CGI technology, where, for example, there's an old Van Damme movie called Double Impact where he has a twin brother. And there are scenes where you can tell he's in front of a green screen talking to himself on camera, like just looking back, but they're not looking at each other, and you can see the green glow around him. I'm like, God damn, this is terrible. I remember being a kid going, this movie's amazing. I watched it as an adult. I'm like, ugh. We reviewed it on the podcast long ago when Bo was co-hosting with me, and it was brutal. So I'm watching this going, wow, you can't tell where the dividing line is. Like, I think they even they could touch each other and shit. And I'm like, wow, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
We've
that's
come
true.
a long way. So yeah, he meets his brother, and then
his brother says that their mom died.
Yeah, which is a dick move because he just wanted to be the only child, I guess. But I think if you'd long lost family for a long time and you met them, I think you'd be more like, holy shit, really? Wow, like I should tell mom about this.
Yeah.
And here's another thing: none of these children, at any point are like, why the fuck did she just give us all up?
Yeah, except for one.
She gave up 5 children. 5 children and kept one. I'd be a little annoyed by that.
Yep.
But none of them, when they meet her later, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm getting way ahead of ourselves. None of them ask her, like,
them-
why the fuck did you give us up? You cunt.
Yeah, none of them.
The house was big enough to fucking house 6 children. That house was massive.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
I know it. Like once again, it's just like shitty storytelling.
I didn't like that at all. I'm like, okay, it's a comedy. I get it, and it's supposed to be funny and lighthearted, but there should be some seriousness in there. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's you give up a kid. That's a real serious
Yeah, that's
thing.
not something you just glaze over.
Yeah.
So then they, he's eating a sour ball or some shit and breaks
he
a
gives him
part
his
of his
second
tooth
last
off.
hard candy.
Yeah. And then
Just smashes his tooth there.
yeah, and then it falls out of his hand. He takes it out and it falls in a grate. And then he opens the grate and finds a newspaper article, and he realizes that he is one of 6.
6 sextuplets.
Yeah. So then him and Russell decide to go on a road trip to find the rest of them. And the third one, or the second one we meet, but the third of the siblings we meet is Dawn. Fuck.
Wait, hold on, okay. So before they do that, they stay at a hotel.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had to address this because he's like, so they had separate rooms, but he somehow finds his room. He's like, how'd you find my room? I said to the guy, we were brothers. Obviously, they checked in together, I would think. So the guy saw them together.
Oh, no. Did they leave together? The house together? Or did
I
Alan
thought they
go and then Russell found him?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Man, I just watched it this morning, too.
Same.
I'm already like, get it out of my brain.
Yep.
But he finds him in his room. It looks like he walked through the other, because like hotel rooms back in the day, I don't know if they all do it these days.
Adjoining rooms.
Yeah, they would have the door. I'm like, where's this door go? Oh, it goes to the next door, which I always felt was a weird thing. Why would you want a door to the next hotel room?
I know.
Like, what if you're next to some serial killer that just boots it down and murders you in your sleep?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. I remember that being a really weird thing when I was a kid. I don't think they have them anymore, though.
They do.
I haven't seen one.
2 years ago when I went to Disneyland with Brandon and all of his family, we had like a block of rooms, and Brandon and I's room was attached to his brother and his fiance's room. And that was fun. Like during the day, we just kept the 2 doors open and like came and went as we pleased. But it's definitely like still weird. Like I've been in a hotel recently where it's just been my room and then there's a door and I'm like, stay closed, motherfucker.
This is the door to nowhere. So there he shows up. He's like, oh, let's have a slumber party.
Yeah.
So they do. He gets naked, gets in bed. So I'm looking at Marlon Wayans going, are you sleeping in pants and a shirt and a sweater?
Yeah, like
He's
what the fuck?
fully clothed.
Yeah.
Fully clothed. I'm like, okay, like nobody sleeps in clothes.
No.
It's just weird. If you have full-on pajamas, you're a serial killer. or you're a 90-year-old woman.
Or you're just like really, really.
You run cold all the time. Because I sleep naked. It's the best way to sleep.
Yep, I agree. Me too.
With no pillow.
I still haven't tried that.
I haven't had a pillow for 7 weeks, and it's game changer.
Wow.
I'm using that term a lot. It's game changer.
I have to try that.
I love the pillow fight. So they break the bed because they're two full-grown adults.
Yeah,
one being
jumping
an
on the
overweight
bed.
adult. Jumping on the bed, of course it's going to happen. It's
Yeah.
expected. I loved the uppercut
I know.
with the pillow through the wall. Jesus, I wonder how much that cost him to
Yeah,
fix.
the damage deposit.
It's a lot. So then they're driving. He's falling asleep at the wheel. So he's like,
Oh,
okay, I'm
yeah.
just going to pull over. Pulls into... I don't know if you've ever been to like a bison farm, or there's like parks in Manitoba where there's like protected wildlife reserves, and you drive over those little things. That's to keep the cows from walking out or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, what are you doing? You're just driving into an open field, idiot. Just pull over on the side of the road and sleep.
I know.
So I'm like, that's okay. You're asking for trouble now. And I'm like, oh, this is a bison farm, or there's cows in here or something. And then, what's the brother's name?
Russell.
Russell tries to jack off a bull
Yeah.
because he doesn't understand. Like, yeah, you're in your 30s. You have to know. You had to have seen a cow at some point in your life. Maybe not in real life, but in pictures.
Yeah.
You know that cows have udders, and it has like tits on it.
Yeah.
Teats,
Teats.
as they say. If it only has one and it doesn't look like an udder, and it has horns,
Yeah.
you can probably figure out that it's not a
that you
milkable
can't.
cow.
Yeah.
And dairy cows have a specific look to them.
Yep.
You can't just milk every. You can't milk every cow, can you?
I don't know. I know you.
Listeners, can you milk
Yeah.
other
Comment.
cows?
What cows can you milk?
I
What
think it's
bovine
just-
can you
I
milk?
think it's just dairy cows, like the black and white ones. The not Herefords. I don't know what kind they are.
Heifers.
There's
No.
there's Herefords, there's limousines, there's so many different kinds of cows. There's quite a few actually. I should know this. My grandfather is a cattle farmer.
Oh.
It's been a while since I've been
Hey,
up there.
Pops. Comment.
So he's running across the morning. Marlon Wayans wakes up and his brother's running across the field. He's like, "Bah!" Doesn't go, I'm being chased by a bull.
Yeah.
Get in the car. He just runs, doesn't warn him at all. He gets in the car and he's like, oh, I'm amazed by your space age technology in this vehicle. As his brother's almost getting murdered by a bull. Mm-hmm. And it was a total CGI bull.
Yep. And the thing is, if you're like being chased by a bull and it's gonna fucking charge you,
Gore you.
yeah, why would you not know how to unlock the door, the car door, Russell?
He's been in a car before.
Yeah, and why wouldn't Alan go around to the other side rather than try and fight the driver's side and break a window if he needed?
He had the keys on him too.
And why would he forget he had the keys? And why would Russell get in the driver's side?
Because he wanted to drive. He wanted
It's
his driving lesson.
Literally, like so many, like such a huge sequence of events that I'm like, are you fucked? Are you fucked? Are you fucked?
And then they start driving. They drive into, God, I'm just burpy today.
Yeah.
They drive into a stack of bales.
And just fucking
Yeah.
zoom over them.
If you've ever been on a farm, I grew up on one. When you stack hay bales like that,
Heavy as fuck.
they're like 100 pounds a piece.
Yeah.
So let's even just say there was just one, like the way they were stacked, there's obviously they're more than 2 deep.
Yeah.
They're like 3 to 4 deep.
Yeah, it's not just like a thin ass wall.
Yeah, that whole stack of bales weighs a few thousand pounds.
Yeah.
That car would have hit it and
And
stopped.
stopped.
Yes.
Not gone through it.
Then obviously there was a ramp in there, which
Mm-hmm.
was really weird because they jumped through the barn. Slow motion, they're eating cereal. He's
Yeah.
eating cereal in the air. Cars don't land on their wheels like that.
No.
The
they're not
engines are heavy.
cats.
The engines are heavy. And
They'd
they
land like-
automatically tip forward. So your front end would be totaled.
Mm-hmm.
That car wouldn't be driving. Like this just logistically, they would not have survived that. They would have been, and I'm sure they didn't put their seatbelts on.
Oh, God, no.
I don't think they were wearing seatbelts.
No.
No. So they would have been through the windshield.
Yeah.
Dead. The movie would have been over.
I wish.
This is the real version. The
Yeah.
alternate ending. They died.
So then they drive their busted up car to the address that they have,
Which is a prison.
a prison.
The big house.
Yeah. And then this, like, they're talking, and this entire exchange, I was just cringing. Like, you know, even with the prosthetics, and the advances, Marlon Wayans does not pass as a woman.
Mm-mm.
And of course, they had to make her obese because it would have been worse if they hadn't, because you definitely would have been like, yikes, Marlon Wayans is not a woman. But it was like, I'm just going to set this up. I'm tired of the ghetto tropes.
Yeah.
Stop it now. Like, this is what I'm talking about trying to be progressive and then regressing to ghetto ass shit like this. Don't make me come at you.
Extra ghetto.
Yes, like, like, just stop. Why? Why is it necessary?
Cheap laughs. That's all it seemed like. And it wasn't even funny.
No.
It wasn't funny at all.
Like, sorry, that doesn't make me laugh. That
No.
makes me uncomfortable and makes me cringe because it's 2019. Like, you shouldn't be relying on ghetto-ass stereotypes from early 2000s and earlier.
Well, this leads me to the question, like, what was the target demographic of this movie? Like, who are they trying to target? Because I don't think in this day and age, people, like, we both did not like it. I don't think there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh my God, that's so good. That's so funny. Oh,
Yeah.
I love this. It's like, no, people are like, this is just cheap. It's cheap and it's a cop-out. It's like, put some fucking effort into it. Why don't you write a real character?
Yeah.
It just seemed like an easy out, which didn't do anything for the movie.
And this, once again, like, our last episode was a Netflix original. This was a Netflix original, too.
Oh, well,
And
it was?
yeah, and it makes me nervous because everyone is becoming their own streaming service right now. So, like, in a couple months, The Office is getting pulled from Netflix because NBC is coming out with their own. Disney
Really?
has their own. Yep. So Netflix is now pumping out Netflix originals left and right. And it's like, if this is what it's going to be like, I'm not giving you my $14 a month anymore.
Is Hasbro going to have a streaming service too? Because I heard they just bought Entertainment One
Oh, maybe.
and something else for like a lot of money.
Although I'm pretty sure if Hasbro has their own streaming service, they're going to let Netflix keep Battleship.
Oh, that movie's great.
America! Fuck yeah!
I'm coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! Ugh. You sunk my battleship. You have anything to say? Anything?
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 Anything? Okay. Oh, so he smuggles in. She's like, "Where are my cigarettes?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't bring my cigarettes? And he's like, "Here you go, boom." There's no poop on them. He shoved that carton up his ass. A whole carton of cigarettes.
So he says, yeah.
And then he's trying to get something out of the vending machine. I'm like, why is the guard not like,
guard?
get your fucking arm out of the vending machine? And why is getting a juice box out of there?
No, he's getting like a box of cereal. That's the whole thing.
Oh, the
Or a
cereal
mini
joke
box of
just
cereal.
kept going too far.
I know. I'm like, wow, okay, we get it. You like cereal. You're fat. Ha 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 ha. Not funny.
But he gets it. And it's like in the middle of, because eventually she gets she drops the cigarettes, gets caught. I don't know how they pop out of her fucking overalls.
Yeah.
Or jumpsuit. And then they're wrestling her out of there and he's like, oh shit, and shoves the cereal box up his ass. I'm like, you got it in the prison. I'm sure you can take it with you.
Oh my
or just
God.
eat it.
Yeah.
But he's like, nope, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know if they search you on the way out too. I don't know. I've never been to prison. I've never
No, me
visited
either.
anybody in prison. I hope I never have to. It's a good thing.
And yeah, it just, and then for some reason, he posts his sister's $10,000 bail.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. You're like, this is technically your family member, but she's a stranger and she's in prison.
And he doesn't even know what she went to prison for.
No,
She could.
He finds out after he posted her bail. And
What was it though?
aggravated assault.
Against who?
We don't know, but when he's talking on the phone with his wife and says he posted her bail, and keep in mind his wife's a lawyer, and she was like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" He was like, she said it was just a misunderstanding. It wasn't aggravated assault. It was just an aggressive lap dance because she's an exotic dancer or whatever.
The wife could have went, hang on, let me look into this, called her dad, dad, look into it, tell me what it was, and then be like, oh, she murdered four people.
Yeah.
And how long was she in there for? Like, can you just get bailed out? I thought you could only get bailed out before your fucking, like,
Your trial.
Your trial, yeah.
Yeah.
So was she awaiting trial?
Yeah, like,
There was no explanation, no details, and we're supposed to go, oh, okay, cool.
And that's the thing that brings it back to what demographic was this for? Because if it were for people our age, we know that that's not how that works.
We actually think about stuff. We go, wait a minute, hold on.
We like stuff that makes us use our noodles.
It seemed like this was geared towards kids,
which is so
and it was
fucked up
rated.
and weird.
It was rated TV-14, which is weird. It's rated TV-14. There was nothing in it that I looked at and went, "Oh, this is not suitable for children."
Yeah,
it was a kids movie. It seemed like so.
Yeah.
It should have been PG. Because I just watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves the other day. It's rated PG, but there's like people getting murdered and shot with arrows and cut with swords, and there's like rape happening, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this should be PG-13 at least, and they even drop an F-bomb. Christian Slater's like, fuck me, he cleared it when they catapult them over the wall. That catapult would have just put them right into the wall, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the rating system now is different, but they can't go back and like, not prorate, but they can't go back and change ratings from old movies.
I guess.
But no, like this felt like a kid's movie. It was very slapstick. It was very, you don't have to, like it was the epitome of mindless.
It was. I did not. I was paying attention to it, but I just every 5 minutes I'm going, just make it in.
Yep.
Because then we get introduced to Ethan. So he's reached out to his brother. I don't understand why. He's a little careless giving away his information. He's like, oh, I sent Ethan an email and gave him all my information. So apparently you gave him your address. You gave him your work address. You told him what company you worked for. Because he went right to his place of work, walked in and tried to like rob his office.
Yeah.
And he's looking for money, but he didn't take the stack of bills in the drawer. He's like, where's the money? Where's the money? There's money right there. And he closes the drawer. I'm like, why wouldn't you take the money?
I know.
It's at least a couple of bucks. It's something.
Yeah. And then here's another thing I didn't understand. Like, yeah, you know, Ethan's character, Marlon Wayans, didn't have to like wear prosthetics or dress up or anything.
Just had a gold cap tooth and different hair.
Yeah. And you've been working with these people for, you know, he's trying to go for partner. So clearly he's worked there for ages. And nobody thinks to question, this guy who looks a lot like Alan, and we know Alan is taking a leave of absence to go find his family. This guy who looks identical to Alan, but is dressing and speaking completely differently and acting completely differently and unprofessionally. Oh no, Alan's just having nobody questions it.
Yeah. Well, really. Well, let's talk about that.
And the fact that, you know, his Doug, his like white coworker / friend, he's like, oh, you're gonna go after talk to Linda, and Ethan's like, who's Linda? Like that should set off red flags.
You should be at least going, are you okay? Did you bump your head or something? You seem a little off.
Yeah, and he was just like, your boss?
Yeah, and then like, where's Linda's office? He pulls out a knife, and nobody says anything about the knife. Yeah. They all just go, right over there. Nobody says, don't you know? Idiot, you've worked here for how many years?
And nobody calls the police?
Yeah, that seemed a little weird.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, just no common sense in a lot of parts of this movie. Because then he goes in and fucking basically just says, I want my fucking advance. We don't give advances, and then he fucks his boss. Apparently. So he's going to have to own up to that. Like, you have to solve that later because he's going to go into work and his boss is going to be like, hey, that was so much fun the other day. He's going to go, what? Oh, that was my brother. Oh, no, it's bullshit. It was you. And then it's going to be like, if you don't do it again, you're fired. That's a sequel right there.
Yeah.
How he fucking has to start fucking his boss just to save his job and save his marriage and kids. That could get real weird. And I love this. His wife didn't even
notice.
Yeah, which is silly because she knows that Alan sent the info to Ethan.
Yeah.
And you're married to somebody for, let's say, 10 years. You know who that person is.
Yep.
And you'd know if that wasn't them. Right away, you'd be going, hey, wait a minute. No, Ethan's told me that he has 5 siblings, all twins. This is probably one of the twins. He gave you the info, didn't he? And all she has to do is go, oh, hey, remember that one time, like our wedding night when this happened? And he'd go, oh, yeah. And then she'd go, well, what were the details? And he'd go, oh, fuck. You're busted, dick.
Yeah.
And you like, exactly. But she went to this stupid Lamaze class.
I know.
He embarrassed him. And then afterwards, she's like, you're Ethan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like, how did you not clue in before, you dummy?
You should have known immediately when he was like, you look like you're about 6 months pregnant there and 9 months pregnant in that ass.
Yeah, he doesn't
Like-
talk to you like that.
No.
He's a white boy, basically, with black skin. He was a super, super white guy. They live in the suburbs, a little nice house, and he works in an office. Ha, 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 ha. And he wears sweaters over his button-up shirts. That's a white guy thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The guy comes in looking like a fucking 90s pimp, what she says.
Yeah.
Like a 90s pimp. Yeah, he kind of did.
And he's like, yeah, thank you.
Well, then he shaved and looked exactly like him. So it's like, yeah, okay, you still should have clued in, you dummy.
Yeah. And then, so after that, we reconvene with Dawn and Russell and
At the
Alan.
gas station.
Yeah. And then Dawn's going fucking ghetto again.
It was ridiculous.
And she, like, firstly is trying to, like, dance or sleep with these rednecks or whatever. And then
Truck drivers.
yes, and then after, Alan's like, no, come on, like, I was kind of zoned out at this point, but Russell opened the door and like hit the guy's truck.
Yeah, he's like, where's my cereal? Let's get my Cocoa Puffs. He's get my Cocoa Puffs at the gas station. Like, that's where they sell them. Tons of cereal in the gas station.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, he opens the door and smashes the guy's mirror off. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to smash a mirror off.
Yeah.
And you're not going to do it with a door unless you're opening that with all your weight.
Yeah.
He does that, and then, the sister's like, loses her shit on these two.
Yeah.
Which just gets out of hand. And then Buddy punches Wayans, Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
Punches him, breaks it, busts his nose.
Oh, so bad.
Ugh. And then she goes werewolf on him
Yeah.
and starts just scratching the dude's face, which is just violent.
Yeah.
And then they end up in a hospital, and they find the same hospital as baby Pete.
Yep.
Who
coincidentally
is some sort of like...
he has infantile paralysis or whatever.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, this whole
The
fucking hospital scene angered me.
Yep.
Because no hospital would deceive a fucking person into signing paperwork that says you're going to give up one of your kidneys. We're going to take it without telling you. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Well, so what it looked like was, they were looking like they were going to do that. And then when Marlon Wayans figured it out, he was like, oh, hell no, that's not happening. Sorry, Pete. Nope. Got to think of my family. Whatever. I just met you. Nope. Which was pretty bold of the doctors to automatically be like, hey, yep, you coincidentally came here. You're going to donate your kidney.
And how do they know he's a proper donor? So they don't even know. I think he might have said, oh, I'm his brother. Okay. But are you the same blood type?
Yeah. You have to go through tests to make sure you're a proper match.
So they got to do the full range of testing on him. And they don't do that. And then he comes in and goes, oh, you're just going to get you to sign the paperwork to fix your nose.
And then
doesn't read it. Doesn't read it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the? You'd read it, first of all.
Uh-huh.
And these doctors knew what you were signing.
Yeah.
Willfully. So the doctor would have to go, hell, this is the paperwork to say you're going to donate your kidney.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, here, just sign this broken nose paperwork.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And then he goes, ha-ha, we're taking your kidney. No. Then they get him into the operating room.
And
they drug him. And then he manages to get up off the table and run away. I'm like, no. Drugs in hospitals are fucking strong.
Potent.
Like, I got gassed once. I got hernia surgery once. And I'd never been put under. And I remember just laying there, and I got the kind of little bit of a Star Wars-esque fucking thing on the inside of my arm here with the spaceship flying out of the mouth of the worm and the asteroid. And the one lady's like, got the gas thing on, and she goes, oh, that's cool, Star Wars. And the other one's like, huh? She's like, oh, Star Wars right there. And they're count backwards from 10. I'm like, 10, not yet, Star Wars, blah. I was out within 5 seconds. So there's no way he wasn't just out instantly. Because he got that shot and was like, oh my God, feels so good, blah, blah, blah. And he's touching people's noses and shit. You're not going to stand up and run out of the hospital. And they're going to pin you down.
Yep.
There's 3 people in that room. They're going to go, hold on, stay down. We're going to strap you down if you don't stop moving.
Yeah.
So that was ridiculous.
Yeah, so illegal. And just, it would never, ever, ever happen. And then, so Pete gets his kidney. And then the rest of the movie, Alan functions with minimal to no pain.
Oh, yeah.
And minimal to no bleeding.
After
and he
surgery.
just had major surgery, had an organ transplant.
Have you ever had to have surgery?
No.
I couldn't walk properly for 6 days after that hernia surgery. There's no way I'm tucking and rolling out of a car.
Yeah.
And there's another thing. Pete just got a kidney transplant. He is gone.
Yeah.
in a matter of an hour.
Yeah.
Boom. So they took Alan's kidney, put him in bed. So then they have to take the kidney and put it into fucking Pete. It should have been in the same room. Pete
Yeah.
should have been on the bed next to him. So he
Yeah.
would have been like, wait a minute. Hey, because I think that's how they do transplants.
Yeah, they do.
They do it in
Yeah.
the same room. They take it right out, boom, boom, sterilize it, bam. It's in there. So, and then Pete's like dying in bed. And then all of a sudden he's just gone. I'm like, well, no, okay, that wouldn't, no. He'd be in there for days.
Yeah.
Like a week at least.
You have to be on medication to make sure the kidney doesn't reject.
Yeah.
You have to no.
And doctors are going to be like, no, you're not fucking leaving because we can't legally let you leave. We just
Yeah.
gave you surgery. You have to stay here.
Yep.
They can't just let people leave on their own.
No.
I'm pretty sure they can't.
You can't sign yourself out of the hospital until doctors say you're good to go.
Yeah. That was just super silly. So then we cut back to Ethan in the baby room in their house, and the guy's a fucking artist.
Yeah.
He's painted that whole room really well. Why isn't he like a successful interior decorator or designer
know.
or something? I'm like, you're showcasing the skills of this man. There had to be a point in his life where he's been a graffiti artist or an artist or something. He should have probably had a pretty good life, or he's on drugs.
Yeah.
There's no indication that he's on drugs.
No.
And he doesn't look like he's on drugs. It's like, what does he do? Like, there's no backstory to any of the there's no backstory to him.
No.
Because they give a backstory to Jasper. He's like a spy. Backstory to the other brother. He's mama's boy. They give backstory to the sister. She's in jail. They give a backstory nothing to Ethan. Then there's Jasper, and then there's Alan. So we get all their backstories, but nothing for Ethan.
Yeah.
Like, why is he such a good artist? Where'd he get those skills?
I know.
And why isn't he using them for stuff?
And that was a scene I really liked.
Yeah.
Like,
that was good. It was like a heartfelt, like, she's like, oh my God, thank you so much.
yeah.
But she wasn't like, where'd you get these skills? Like, how come you're not doing this for a living?
And then one thing I will point out, I was reading like the trivia and the Wikipedia for this movie. Fun fact, there's only one piece of trivia. Molly Shannon and Marlon Wayans worked together on another movie. That's it. That's trivia.
What movie?
Little Man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it. And then
I'd forgotten about that movie.
And then Wikipedia, it's talking about like, let me see if I can find it. I feel like it took a screenshot. But it was so stupid. And the person who wrote the Wikipedia page called them, premise. An expecting father-to-be seeks his birth mother and discovers he has 5 other siblings born from the same pregnancy. You can just say twins. He tries to track these different characters before his baby is born. He first meet with his brother Russell, and the pair goes on a road trip to find their other siblings. Dawn is a stripper serving time in a women's prison. Darius is a racist black man. Where is Darius?
Who's Darius? None of the brothers were racist.
No. And none of the brothers were named Darius. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then...
Different movie.
Yeah. Ethan is a hustler who dresses and talks like a 70s pimp, while Jasper is marked for his red hair and lighter complexion. Baby Pete suffers from infantile paralysis. So, Russell, Dawn, Ethan, Jasper, Baby Pete, and Alan is 6. So where the fuck is this Darius? Where's racist Darius? What are you talking about?
They're
like
they're pumping him full of Compound V on The Boys season 2,
like,
turning him into a supervillain.
What the hell?
Have you watched The Boys yet on
not
Amazon
yet.
Prime?
Not yet.
It's so good.
I know.
So good. It's really good. I think I told you about it.
Yeah.
It's like, what if superheroes were assholes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good.
But yeah, so then Dawn like takes the car and ditches, and then
Oh wait, she takes the car. Just report it stolen.
yeah.
Report your car stolen. Easy peasy. She's a convict.
Yeah.
Out on bail.
Yeah.
Driving a stolen car. Boom. She's toast. She's
Yeah.
done. Get her back in jail.
And then
Then he loses his 10 G's though.
yeah, true. And then they're leaving, and then Alan's really mean to Russell, and he's like, "You're not the family I wanted. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I hate this." And then they get kidnapped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then they get taken back to Russell's house, which is his mom's house.
Odd choice.
Yeah.
If you're going to kidnap somebody, you don't take them back to their house.
No.
Especially where their mom lives.
And Jasper, he was given up for adoption too. So how the fuck did he know where the house was? Because we find out Jasper's the one who kidnapped them.
He's a spy, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which seems really odd. And especially because his teeth were so bad.
Oh.
You figure he'd be able to get better teeth.
Yeah.
And he was in a white face.
Yeah.
His fair complexion, redhead. Like, who the fuck did she fuck?
Yeah.
Who was the dad? I would have loved to find that story. Who was the
right?
dad?
Because we don't find that out at all.
Nope.
And then, so Jasper has this whole monologue that, well, I didn't pay attention to because I was like, doesn't matter.
It's almost over.
Yeah. So Jasper was just going on about how he was bullied and how, like, he was called Annie and all of these other things.
Ninja.
Yeah, Ninja. I'm like, oh
Wow.
my God.
Yeah.
And then we discover that the mom's alive.
Well, first, before she shows up, how did they get out of their... Okay, are we supposed to know what the Rockford Files is?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if this movie is geared towards children, the
They're not-
Rockford Files is like a 70s, 80s show, I
Yeah.
think. I had no idea. They're talking about the Rockford Files. I'm like, okay. All right. And he's like doing the theme song and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody knows this. We don't get this. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So that was just stupid. I'm like, why wouldn't you make it a more relevant show? Like
Yeah.
maybe the Cosby Show song?
Oh, God, no.
Maybe not the Cosby Show.
But,
the
like,
Family Matters theme
the
song.
Jeffersons.
They do the Jeffersons at one point. They're singing in the... Wait. That's no different stroke. They do different strokes.
Yeah, they're doing different.
Just
yeah.
keep it as different strokes. Everybody knows that one.
Yeah.
Or like Sanford and Son or something that people can recognize. Who the fuck? I don't know anybody that's ever watched the Rockford Files. I don't even know what it is.
No.
Like maybe Magnum PI or something, or Beachcombers or Danger Bay. Those are Canadian shows. You probably don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
You're like, huh? That's
Well, I
old
know.
Canadian
I know
TV.
Magnum PI.
Magnum PI. So yeah, they somehow escape their like they're tied up.
Yeah.
And
And then they're just standing up.
Yeah, all of a sudden I go, how the I didn't even want to rewind them. How the
No.
fuck did they just get up? How'd they get out? Both of them are untied too.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Okay.
If you don't know your knots, tie lots because your henchmen suck. Oh yeah, so then the mom shows up.
Yeah.
He's also the mom. None of them ask her, why did you give us up for
Yeah.
adoption?
She
You're
li-
coming home from a cruise, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, she literally just says,
Oh,
I
my
was a
Lord.
single mom and I had 6 kids and I couldn't afford 6 kids. It's like,
I didn't even hear her say that.
yeah, I heard her say it.
Oh.
But, like,
You have a giant
that's
house. You
it?
have a giant house.
And
you
you
just went on a cruise.
Yeah.
You could afford it.
Yeah, cruises are expensive, lady.
At least get okay. She probably had family members that could help her. She could have got somebody to help her.
Yeah.
And then families like that, your one kid gets old enough, or one of the kids gets old enough,
And they
responsible
help
enough, they
out.
help out.
Yeah.
I think it was just a bullshit cop out.
Oh, totally.
She was like, man, I'll just take care of one.
Totally.
Wow. And you picked the wrong one. Russell's a
Yeah.
dick. So then, and I love how he's playing the mom too. I'm like, God, like you've seen the Nutty Professor. And,
Yep.
yeah, like that was good. This
is literally him just being the same person over and over and over, just in
Pretty
a fat
much.
suit or
Pretty
a
much.
makeup or a makeup and a fat suit.
So then they have the car chase. And of course, it's the car that Russell wants to drive. So I guess the brother was a big Rockford Files fan too and drives
Yeah.
the 76 Pontiac Firebird.
But here's the thing. Why your wife is in labor and it's dire that you have to get to the hospital immediately. So why would you say, yes, brother that doesn't have a driver's license, has never driven in your entire life, you can drive me to the hospital?
Except for once when he ran your fucking car through a barn
Yeah.
and rammed and just jumped it. So
Yeah.
that's his track record. He's like 0-1. He's 0-1 on the driving. Yeah, lets
But
him drive.
Yeah.
He drives straight through the fucking yard. Runs over the recycling boxes through the yard. I'm like, okay, I'd be like, stop the fucking car. Get
Yep.
out. Get out. And then he becomes Michael Andretti.
Yeah.
Mario Andretti.
Yep.
Some sort
he
of
becomes
driver.
goddamn Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious and Tokyo drifts everywhere.
Time, family. Family. You can have any beer you want as long as it's a Corona.
Yeah, and then
I am Groot.
And then they obviously draw the attention of police and like
The police don't try the pit maneuver.
No!
Ever.
I'm like, okay, they're literally just gonna chase these. Okay. Don't pit maneuver. Okay.
Yeah. Just follow him. Just follow
Yeah.
him. Then he tucks and rolls out at the hospital. He's like, oh, it worked.
And he's recovering from major surgery.
Fresh surgery scars, just fine. And he looks like he just hits the ground and stops. I'm like, no, he was going like 50K an hour.
Yeah.
You're going to roll into the curb, maybe up over the curb into the fucking window.
Yep.
You're going to hurt yourself.
Yep.
And there's 2 cop cars.
They wouldn't stop and pick you up.
Exactly. The one cop should have been like, get on the ground. Stay on the ground.
Yep.
And that would have been that. You wouldn't have made it into the hospital. You would have been able to watch for a minute and then run into the hospital. And then he gets to the hospital room.
And then Ethan's there.
And Ethan's there and he's like, oh shit, the resemblance is uncanny. Yeah, because it's you. You look exactly the fucking same.
It's you.
Takes the rap for him. These cops double tackle him.
Yeah.
Which is, it wouldn't happen. They wouldn't, like the one guy is flying through the air at his head. I'm like, okay, that cop just fucking said, I'm going for it. I'm risking it. Goldberg's spear from WWF. They would just be like, guns drawn, get down on the ground, put your hands behind your back. We're going to cuff you. They're not going to fucking tackle you.
No.
It's not personal. Well, actually, what state were they in?
They were in Atlanta. But we only found that out when we saw the police car and it said Atlanta
Yeah, there was
police.
a sign that said Atlanta 15 miles. I was like, oh, they're Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. ATL. Okay, so then, the baby's born. They're at the backyard party. All the families are.
And what was this party?
It's a girl. Don't ask us if we're having another one because we don't know yet. I'm like, that's a little overkill in the sign.
Yeah.
Just say it's a girl and we'll tell you, don't ask us again, okay?
Yeah.
You fucking assholes. But the sister comes over, starts lipping off the judge, but I love how she called him Uncle Ben because he did look just like Uncle Ben on the rice container.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was funny.
And he's like, did she just threaten me? I think it was a promise. And then, of course, the call back to ask me a favor. Ask me a favor. And then my last comment again was, why don't any of them ask, why the fuck did you give us up? But
I know.
That was touched on
Literally,
earlier.
all she says was, my heart's smiling right now. Mama's getting emotional. Like, we're emotional, bitch.
Yeah, I'm emotionally pissed off at this stupid movie. I don't know. It seemed... This is, again, one of those movies like Tyler and I were talking about it when we watched Trading Paint. Who is approving these movies?
Yeah.
Who's going, yes, this is a great idea, green light it.
Yeah, who reads this script and is like, hilarious?
Well, there was an episode of South Park a long time ago where they were joking about Netflix just approving everything. It was, hey, we have an idea. Cool, how much money do you need? We don't even care what it is. And that's kind of what it seems like Netflix is doing, is like, they're still doing it too. Oh, that's a great, like The Open House. Yep. That's a movie that should never have happened. Mm-hmm. Never have happened. You can't keep out what's already inside. That was the fucking tagline.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get back into that again. We already bitched about it enough. I'm just glad this movie's over. Never have to watch it again. I'm not recommending it to anybody.
No.
Just don't bother watching Sextuplets. Take our word for it. It's bad.
It's such a waste of time.
What would you rate this movie? I'm going to give it one identical twin out of 15 fraternal twins.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was trying to think about that. I'm going to give it one. Oh, yeah. One Marlon Wayans character out of every single one he's ever played.
Yeah, and he's been like Scary Movie 2. I don't know if he did the third one.
I don't know, but White Chicks,
Little Man. There was another one. It was another spoof movie. Not disaster movie. Something like that. One of those ones again, I think.
The one movie he was really, really good in was Requiem of a Dream or For a Dream.
Yes, that's a great movie.
He was so good in that.
The movie is so depressing.
So I know, but like with this movie,
Jennifer Connelly, that was her name. I tried to remember it the other day. And it just popped in my head now.
Like that movie proves that Marlon Wayans has range. He has the ability to be a dramatic actor and to be fucking good at it. And he's here being like,
Well, that's his. That's how he cut his teeth. Was the shitty spoof movies?
True.
Not all shitty. Some
no,
like
Scary Movie was. I'll still watch that. And White Chicks, it doesn't.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I haven't either. I really wanted to watch it the other day, just to see like how it.
Maybe we can watch that, and it's on Netflix. I think.
Is
Pretty sure I saw it on there. I think. Check.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, crap! I can't remember what other movie said we were going to review while we were doing this.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. We'll think of something. Well,
there's always shit to review.
Hang on. I'm just going to see before we say goodbye if White Chicks is on here.
If it's not, I'm going to be really upset.
It's not. But Norbit is. Oh,
Ooh.
Naked is. That's one with him in it.
Is that another Netflix original?
It looks like it is. There's a big N on there. Scary Movie 2. Naked. Norbit's on there. Still feel like dancing, Norbit? I don't know what naked is. It's probably really bad, though. 2017. Rob's madly in love and about to be married. Unfortunately, he's also naked, stuck in an elevator, and caught in a time loop. What? Okay, maybe we can look into that one. Anyway, well, let's cap it off there.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Reel Garbage.